What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys with another market watch today. Today's market watch is going to be about the new ban list. Finally, no more nightmares. Well, Nightmare Mermaid specifically, and Goblin actually, but no more of those cards. No more everything Orcus. Even though Orcus is still going to be one of the most dominant decks in the meta, it's still good to know there's not going to be many variants of that deck running around, and future variants running around because of Nightmare Mermaid being banned. Of course, other cards in the ban list, and in this video we're gonna get to all those cards and all the cards YuGiOh players are be looking at right now, and YuGiOh players looking at throughout the past weekend, and YuGiOh players might be looking at, well, maybe today or tomorrow or next week. We're covering all that in today's market watch. Guys, before I begin, please make sure, I just want to give a shout out to the Side Deck Gaming Cafe in Lexington, South Carolina. It's a card shop that does YuGiOh 7 days a week that sells coffee. It's a really smart idea, actually. And this past weekend I went to the Columbus, Ohio regionals, and I actually met with them and talked to them. Those really nice people, and definitely would love to give a big shout out to them. And once again, if you guys are in the South Carolina area, go to Lexington, South Carolina. It's 7 days a week YuGiOh with coffee. Like, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to do. Anyway, Paisanos, in today's market watch, like I said, we're gonna be talking about other cards. But right now, the main thing I want to talk about is Duelist Devastator. Duelist Devastator prices are insanely cheap. I mean, look at the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. It has a less than $6 price point. Market price is roughly around $5.50, $5.67. But it's really even going lower than that. Even though I had a pre-sale price of roughly around $9. And then you got other cards like Superimization, which is roughly around $5, Ghost Ogre, which are at $3, and from there, everything else is $3 and under for everything in Duelist Devastator. Duelist Devastator is an insanely good set to buy for the singles. That's it. That's all you need. In fact, if you're looking to buy any Duelist Devastator singles and you want to help this channel out, please make sure to click on the description below. There's a link that will take you to this page where you can buy all Duelist Devastator singles you need. It's a really good link that helps support the channel. And if you're looking to buy field centers, all you need to type in is field center token, and they'll bring you to field centers like this one over here, the Joy Wheel of Red Ice Black Dragon Field Center, which is 50 cents. I mean, minus shipping. And if you're looking to buy a bunch of field centers, well, once again, type in field center token in TCG player, and you'll be brought to a bunch of field centers you'll have access to. And then all you gotta do is click on, I believe it's just YuGiOh tokens, I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, okay, it is YuGiOh tokens. And what this will do is bring you to all the field centers if you want to buy all of them in one shot. Once again, it's dirt cheap. You can buy all the field centers, most likely all the cards you need, and still pay less than an MSRP $40 box of Duelist Devastator. It's the value is just really crazy. Anyway, looking at the cards in this meta right now, Thunder Dragon is definitely one of the best decks in the game. Even though we saw this past weekend with the event that happened this past weekend, Thunder Dragons weren't as dominantly represented. It is still the first event of the weekend of the new ban list. And I do think moving forward, Thunder Dragons and Thunder Dragon plays in general are just scurrying all around, finding out what's the best build of Thunder Dragons to play in the meta. You gotta realize this past meta, for anyone that's not playing Thunder Dragons is basically playing a game of catch up, a game of control via combo, and it really doesn't work out as good as, I don't know, other decks in the meta, like, I don't know, Orcus. And the reason is very simple. Thunder Dragons have been having to play catch up in a meta that was way too fast for them. Well, now that the meta has slowed down a bit, Thunder Dragons can now play, well, Thunder Dragons. And the good thing about Thunder Dragons, there's value all over the place. So if you want a low rarity version of Thunder Dragons, you're in luck. With the 2019 Gold Star Mega 10 Thunder Dragons, the ultra versions of Colossus is less than $3. If you want high rarity, you got Thunder Dragon Colossus Ultimate Rare from OTS One Pack 10 with a $38 market price, and that price would be anywhere from $40 to $43 for Thunder Dragon Colossus Ultimate Rare. It's actually really good. If you want to be in the middle, you got $10 Thunder Dragon Colossus Secret Rares. So you're just all over the place, and it's really good for a lot of YuGiOh players that want to have access to these high rarity tier 1 decks. So it's also to see things like this. We also have cards like Blacklist, Soldier Chaos. Now, with Sky Strikers, you needed this card, and now you don't need this card. So yeah, that's what's gonna be right now. So looking at the Blacklist Soldier Chaos with a $66 market price, we're seeing the price point slowly go up a little bit to about $68 for this card. Now, the thing about Blacklist Soldier Chaos, I still think it's a great card. It's probably the best or strongest Link 3 we have right now, arguably with Nightmare Unicorn. But I do think Blacklist Soldier Chaos is infinitely better, just because it helps like end the game state, where Unicorn helps you control the game state. Anyway, looking at it, it's a secret coming out about Legends Heroes Revenge. Unless this card gets a reprint, it's probably going to maintain a relatively high price point. unless you can play, unless there's some new Link 3 or Reaper coming through, this card's still going to be relatively high. In fact, this card might even go higher than what's currently at right now in the market. Once again, Thunder Dragons, if they show more meta play, this card's going to show more meta play because it's relatively easy to make in that deck, and especially easy to make with its new effect that says, if this card was Link 7 using a level 7 higher monster as material, your opponent cannot target with card effects, also cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, and then it has all the things when it destroys opponent's monster by battle. So I do think Black Clover Soldier Cast is definitely going to be around. If you don't have it, you're probably going to want to try to grab this card. For Orcus players, Galatea to Orcus Automation is actually relatively high in value. With a $27 market price, the actual price point of Galatea is actually around $32. This card is insanely high in value. And after that, $30, within a couple of sales, the price range jumps between $34 to $35 for Galatea to Orcus Automation. Now, this is for the Ultimate Rare. Galatea did come on Super Rare, but if you want Max Rarity Galatea, there it is right there. Also realize, guys, once again, the minute the ban list hit, every YuGiOh player that was playing Orcus was most likely playing 2 Galatea, where in the new ban list, you're going to have to play 3 Galatea, so that's why the price point went up in value. I will say, though, Galatea looks way better than Dingirsu Ultimate Rare. Dingirsu looks like a smash bunch of, like, artwork, where Galatea just looks a lot cleaner. And it could be because it has the Link backing on the card, but it just looks a lot nicer. Anyway, moving forward, other cards like Scrap Recycler have went up in value throughout this weekend. In fact, yesterday specifically, when I was at the Columbus, Ohio regionals, I was told by one vendor that someone would sell them a Scrap Recycler. They would get it, they would turn around, and someone would go, "Hi, do you have Scrap Recycler?" And then they would then sell that Scrap Recycler at that event that fast. Look at that Scrap Recycler if you want the common version coming out of Structure Deck Machine of Mayhem with a $4 market price. It's about $8 to $9. If you want the Scrap Recycler out of the Super Rare out of the Fist of the Gadgets with a $9 market price, yeah, it's about $14 overall. $14 for Scrap Recycler. So it's a lot of money. Once again, I definitely believe Orcus is definitely going to be one of the best decks in the meta. I really do. I think it's definitely going to be a strong deck. A lot of you players are really excited about this deck because they can outplay it in a more pure form, and they can directly do the combo as they want to do it, like just straight up. I will say, though, I think Lone Light Orcus isn't fully dead. It might still see play. Cyber Dragon Orcus, it's dead. It's gone. Done with that one. But those two are still good. They're still going to see meta play, and a lot of you players are going to be gravitating towards those variants. So if you are looking to play the meta, and if you're not looking to play those decks, just keep in mind, those are going to be tier 1 decks, and you're going to have to fight those decks, and you better have cards in your deck in order to stop these decks from doing their little combos. Okay, up next, Orchestrated Returns. Coming out of Soul Fusion Secret Rare. With a $14 price point, Orchestrated Returns price dropped down again to $10. We saw when the ban list came out, this card had a price point roughly around $18, and it was relatively high in value. Well, looking at Return right now, it's going down in value because YuGiOh players are opting to play Scrap Recycler. Not that Return's a bad card, and I think in pure version you can play multiple copies of these because it's a Pot of Greed that and also has a Foolish Burial from the hand, though. Still relatively good, but realistically speaking, Scrap Recycler is the MVP card. It's the Foolish Burial card, and in a deck of Orcus, since they don't have Mermaid to help do their Foolish Burial dump and then get some utility by banishing that card to go into Galatea and start doing their combos, they're gonna need cards like Orchestrated Return. They're gonna need cards like Scrap Recycler. And for you guys out there, once again, like I said, that are not playing Orcus, you need to find ways to stop this. One good option is, if you're looking to play Thunder Dragons, possibly Dimension Shifter. If you're not looking to play Thunder Dragons, no big deal, I got your back. Just play DD Crow. Literally, you just play DD Crow, and it stuns them, and it hurts them. I'm not sure if it fully stops them, but it definitely makes them, you know, really upset that you did that. Moving forward, guys, we have Prank Kids, one of my favorite decks of the game, and I do think, not jokingly around this whole meta, that Prank Kids have a great chance. I know Prank Kids have a huge problem against Nibiru, but let's be honest, a lot of decks have a huge problem against Nibiru. And I do think Prank Kids are a great deck still. I think a lot of decks have a problem getting rid of Prank Kids. And in fact, if you want to see how good Prank Kids are at your locals, all you have to do is this. Go to a place who top your locals or are very good at your locals and go, do you know what Prank Kids do? And if they say no, you can probably put Prank Kids to your locals and definitely top your locals 100%, because a lot of YuGiOh players does not know what Prank Kids do. They have zero idea. They don't know. And if you guys want to know what it does, if you guys are excited to see a new Prank Kids deck for the new format, I will have a deck list on this channel as well as a combo video, which I never get a chance to do, but I will have it on this channel. So make sure to subscribe on the little thing right there, little subscribe button. Make sure to hit that, and I will have a Prank Kids deck list for you guys. I will have a combo, and I'll go into the theory of Prank Prankist, because I honestly, truly do believe this is a phenomenal deck for the meta, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players don't really know about it because too busy focusing on Orcus, maybe Thunder Dragons, maybe Heroes, maybe Shadow variants, but nobody's respecting Prankist, and they don't respect your deck, guys. They lose to your deck. That's exactly what it comes down to. If you don't have the ability to understand my deck or respect my deck or realize that my deck could take you out, you will ultimately lose to my deck, and that's a very real thing. And same with you out there. If you're out there and people are laughing at you when you play Prankist, they're not gonna be laughing when you 2-0 them. They're gonna be making excuses. Oh, I didn't draw the right hand, or I bricked, or it's too hot outside. Any excuse to say how they lost, other than I just didn't give your deck the respect that it deserves, and I just had to take the L on this one. So seriously, if you guys are looking to see a Prankist deck profile, make sure to subscribe button, make sure to the notification bell, because I would definitely have it on this channel. It's a phenomenal deck. It's one of my favorite decks in the game that nobody knows about. Every time I go to regionals, people still ask me about the deck, and I might be seriously considering playing this deck moving forward into the new meta. Also up, Summon Limit. Summon Limit's a great card. It's a great card for mid-range decks, it's a great card for control decks, and it's a bad card for every other deck. In fact, you go Summon Limit against like Thunder Dragons, you go Summon Limit against Orcus, ooh, that game's about basically done. Imagine playing something like Guru Control, bringing out Guru, setting that Summon Limit, maybe even if there can only be one, and that's game. Your opponent has to open a Twin Twister, and with a deck like Orcus, that has to be like a whole spiral of all these cards used to make this one combo consistent as possible. Well, they don't really have enough room to fit in ways to get rid of back row, and that's great for any control deck right there, because you will have almost a guaranteed shot at taking that game one if you can get access to your cards like Summon Limit, and maybe they're gonna be one, and just do what you do best, control the game state. For mid-range decks, if you're looking to play like True Dracos, why not play Summon Limit? True Dracos is amazing against decks that have to play against Summon Limit. You play against any deck, you go first turn, you bring out Summon Limit with 2 True Draco monsters, that's a wrap. We're done with this game. This game is absolutely done. So I really think this card's insane. The current price for this card is roughly around $3 to $4, higher than its $3 market price. As you can see over here, once again with shipping, it's about $4. The market price is going to be about $3. The card is slowly rising in value. I highly recommend, if you do not have Summon Limit, to go in and grab the Ultra versions of Summon Limit. Next, No Material. Now, here's the question. No Material is going as low as $18. The market price is shown to be $20. Unlimited's about $20. First edition No Materials, that one's $21, and then it's about $23. Higher once again than its $20 market price, way higher than its previous price point, which was roughly around $18. I even seen it as low as $16 on eBay. So let's ask the question, are you going to be running Summon Limit in this new format? Hey, it's very good against Lunalight variants. It's very good against maybe even Orcus. It's just good overall. It's bad against, you know, everything else, so definitely needs to be a side deck card. Or would you rather be running Nibiru? That's the question. Nibiru or No Material? And I do think in certain instances, each copy of a card can definitely shine. Each copy of a card is better than the other copy depending on the game state and the instance. Overall, I think Nibiru needs to be ran. 100% Nibiru is just an insane blowout card that if you put a 3k body on your board, your opponent gets a token, and if you can find a way to get rid of that token, the game is basically going to end for your opponent. But I will say, No Material is a phenomenal card. It's still a great card, and I don't know, if I was you, would you get this card? If I was you, I don't know what I would do. It's a weird meta we're in right now. We're in a three-month meta. In fact, besides the YCS in California, if you're going to that, then ignore what I'm saying. But besides that event in South America, there's only a bunch of regionals in the 3 months. After this 3 months is over, we're entering an entirely new meta. And that's something that you might want to take into consideration before you drop $60 on No Material. Because let's be honest with you, $60 on No Material or 15-ish for Nibiru. That's a lot of money. Is it worth it? That's a question, once again, you guys, you have to ask yourself. And within a 3-month meta, we're gonna have an entire new game within 3 months, a new meta, new decks. Orcus might not be around still. All these changes might apply. So is it worth $60? 20 bucks a month. Is it worth it? Up next, Appaloosa Bow the Goddess. With a $51 price point, we're seeing the card price point stabilize roughly around $51, but slowly start hitting up to $52 for Appaloosa Bow the Goddess. Any combo deck is going to go into this in most likely to game 2. We're seeing Nibiru starting to be side decked and playing game 2 and 3, but not in game 1. So Appaloosa Bodegas is a phenomenal card, but the question remains, is it good enough to be ran in your deck? Is it worth this high dollar price point? And my question, the answer is yes. It's absolutely worth a high dollar price point. We don't have any direct negations, extra deck monsters that are easily attainable and as very splashable, and not only splashable and easily attainable, but has these kind of field zone markers or all the bottoms for Appaloosa Bodegas. This is an absolutely insane card that the meta wasn't ready for, this previous meta with, you know, all these Orcus variants running around. But I do believe moving forward, Appaloosa Bodegas is definitely a must-have card for this meta. Now, obviously, if you're playing intro, ignore what I'm saying. If you're playing mid-range, it's up to you. If you're playing combo variants, you need this card. It's 100% a need a card if you're looking to play around Nibiru. If you're okay with getting hit with a Nibiru and you can still continue your game state, you really don't need it. But most decks don't have that luxury. Most decks run into Nibiru unless you go into Appaloosa Bodegas. And I'm talking to you, Thunder Dragon players, because you go Appaloosa, then you play Thunder Dragon Fusion, you go Titan. That's a pretty good board. In fact, if you can make that Titan or even go into Colossus, even better of a board, because now your opponent has an even more harder struggle to get, as he can't add cards from his deck to his hand, and he can't activate monster effects, all still be negated. So this is a phenomenal card. Nobody's really talking about it as much, but it's almost going to be a must-have card. So I highly recommend you go in and grab this card, and you go into trade for this card. New question, do you play a Wallet Roulette? Seriously, do you play it? And not only Wallet Roulette, but let's really go into theory about Marine sets. You see, Marine sets we're getting the sneak preview of Chaos Impact next week. A lot of YuGiOh players will have access to Marine sets by next week. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for several reasons. One, if Marine sets is a tier 1 deck, well, everyone's gonna have access to us early. We'll have an idea of the price point of the deck, by the way. The price point, insanely high. And going back to what I said earlier, the meta is only 3 months. So, is Marine sets worth getting for 3 months? I think it still will be good with the January new ban list, but once again, is it worth paying that kind of money? Marine sets KONAMI used to be around $20. The market price is going to be about $23, and we're seeing it roughly around $25 to $26. This card is going higher and higher and higher and higher in value. You only need 2 of, by the way. Nevertheless, when the next set comes out, oh yeah, Marine sets cards like Blue Tang, secret rare. I mean, it's a very expensive set, and that's just Marine sets core-wise, but the Swap Frogs, which commons are 5s, ultimate rares are, I don't know, go sell your Kitty and Tijuanas to a guy named Pedro, and then you could buy the ultis, only 2 though, don't be crazy, that kind of high value. You got Sign Up Mining from Dark Neostorm, another card which you needed 3 of, with a $43 market price, and the price point is stabilizing at 43, it's not about to hit $44. You need these cards for Marine sets, and if it's not good, you get punished heavily. I mean, then again, if Marine sets is good, and it lasts throughout the January ban list, you get gratified heavily. So, it's up to you whether or not you want to go in and get this. It's insanely expensive. A lot of you players more than likely will not know what it does, but then again, your wallet will know what it paid for it, or maybe even what you traded for it. And Marine sets is not good. Let's talk about the dark side about this whole scenario. If Marine sets is not good, you lose so much money. $50 right here, $120 right here. Silent Mining Great players laugh as they now have access to Sign Up Mining at a cheaper price point, because everybody holding Sign Up Mining is going to unload them after we find out Marine sets is not good. If that was to be the case, once again, we emphasize that. But if that was to be the case, Silent Mining Great players, which is still going to be good up until January, at the very least we know this, are going to be okay with having access to Sign Up Mining at a cheaper price point due to the fact that Marine sets might not be as good. Now, that's what it comes down to. Also, if you're out there and you bought the Prismatic Marine sets cards, that's $600. First of all, why? Second of all, I'm jealous. And third of all, for real though, your deck better be good. You better win at least 10 YCS with that kind of money you put in your deck. Moving forward, guys, looking at Evil Heroes, they're insane as well. Even if Malicious Bane is actually stabilizing roughly around, I mean, market price is around 87. It's still around the 80s. It's about $83 for Evil Hero Malicious Bane. And then we have a Evil Hero Just Go that was around $70. That's actually roughly around $83. Heroes players. Remember I said about Marine sets players? But seriously, even more so, unless they bought Prismatic, it's a whole different story. But you even more so, because you're playing Evil Heroes, and these are Phantasme number prices. Cards which are great against a lot of decks moving forward in this meta. Oh, by the way, good against Marine sets. Nevertheless, Evil Hero players, you have to seriously consider, is it worth it? Is it worth it having this deck? Your deck better be showing tier 1 numbers. It needs to. 1.5 acceptable. If it shows a tier 2 number, this is a lot of money that's about to go poof. that fast. And I'll show you guys another hero card in a second. But looking over at Artifact Sanctum, Bowser's Legends Revenge with an $7 to $8 market price. The price point is roughly around $8 for Artifact Sanctum. Of course it is. Artifact Sanctum is a great card and a lot cheaper now because this is the most expensive artifact card. No more $30, $40 artifact size, as it has been reprinted. It's worth roughly around $2 to $3. Artifact Lancet got a reprint. Mortek got a common reprint. That was before that reprint used to go up in value. And Tragic, that got a reprint to help you find Artifact Lancia. So you got all these great reprints, lowering the price of this artifact package, which is blown against a lot of matches. Think about it. You activate Artifact Sanctum, bring about Artifact Sai against, I don't know, let's say Thunder Dragons, Heroes, Orcus variants, Marine Cess. You just activate that and drop a side against those and they don't have an answer, they're scooping it up to you because that is a blowout activation, a blowout card, and a lot of you players will definitely have a huge problem dealing with not using the extra deck for even one turn. And if you're playing combo, well, they better have an Artifact Sanctum and they better resolve Sai or they lose to you. That crazy, that fast, and that's the meta we're actually entering in. So we've seen right now with Artifact Sanctum, the whole Artifact package, it's being thrown in a side deck. We saw him recently at YCS Fort Worth. The guy that played Thunder Dragons had it a little bit of it in his side deck. He mained some stuff as well. So we're seeing like a mixture over there. I think moving forward, other decks, maybe even Salamangreats, might want to consider putting this package back in their deck, because if you can stun your opponent for one turn, you can easily murder them next turn, or at least gain so much advantage where your opponent cannot realistically play with Salamangreats. So, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with Artifact Sanctum, and I really do think this is a great card that can definitely hurt a lot of players and hurt a lot of decks and have you get free wins. And it's cheap. The only card that's expensive right now is a Secret Artifact Sanctum. It's about $8. There are other versions. I believe it was in 2015 Ultra Rare, right? Yeah, 2015 Ultra Rare, which is about $6. You have the original version from Primal Origins, it's about $7. Realistically, spend an extra $1. Artifact Sanctum, Secret Rare, Bowser's Legends Revenge, it's about $8. And that's the most expensive card you need for the Artifact package. It's a great package, and once again, you stun your opponent, and then you kill him the next turn. Moving forward, Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Juggernaut, Leave from Legendary Duelist Cicero Rose. It has a $16 market price, but just about bought out. In fact, there's a 25 price listings, a 25 price listing, and after that goes to 32 and then 35, and that's the 4 price listings of this card. That's it. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know why this card's going up in value. I have zero idea, but the card's definitely going up in value. It could be because it's a card from the Legendary Duelist series, a series in which releases cards that have a pretty decent amount of value, but not they had that value for Legendary Duelist where, like, I don't want to spend that money, but if it goes a little bit lower, I will spend that money. They have that kind of weird value. And then after, I don't know, it just go way out there. You're like, oh my God, I wish I spent that money. That's how it was for me, at least, with the Legendary Duelist series sets of cards. Now, looking at this version, we're not done with this because we also have, once again, we have Lunalight, Serenite Dance from Legendary Duelist Cicero Rose as well, with a $10 price point. Once again, Lunalight is still very good. I think Lunalight Orcus is still a very playable deck, not as easy as a 4, but definitely a very good and playable deck. And I do recommend, if you do have Lunalight Serenade Dance, or you do have Lunalight Orcus still lying around, don't worry, your deck's still good. Just wait for a deck list to come out. It's coming out soon. This deck is definitely still a very real deck. And YuGiOh players out there that's looking to play against Lunalights, cards like Serenade Dance and whatnot, what are you looking to play against them? Because DD Crow is really good against this deck. In fact, looking at Legendary Duelist, when it first came out, little thing that you guys might know about, but us Stormers do, distributors were fire selling this booster box for dirt cheap price points. Looking at it right now, the price point of Legendary Duelist Cicero Rose boxes are actually, the sealed boxes market price is about $39, but we're seeing about $46 to $48 because it's slowly increasing in value because everybody kind of forgot about this was a Legendary Duelist set, and the value is slowly increasing. I mean, Harpy for Perfumer stabilizing roughly around $17 to $18, but Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Juggernaut, Leave is roughly around $25. Urgent Schedule was always been money, and there it is at $15. Lunalight Serenade Dance was also like a $1 card, and it's about $10. You got other cards at about $4 as well. There's a good value in Legendary Duelist Cicero Rose booster boxes, and the thing is, the value is only going to increase because it says what Legendary Duelist on it. Okay, the value increases. Like, that's how it works with all these sets. The value slowly increases as we slowly move away from these sets. So that's what's going to happen with this. Now, looking at Evil here, Malicious Edge, it got bought out. Not just the Not just the ultimate rare, obviously, it's an ultimate rare and it says hero, it gets bought out. I'm talking about the secret version, Legend Collection 2, Evil Hero Malicious Edge. The market price of this card was roughly around $4, and we're seeing the price point hit about 10, and the first version is almost near 11. After that, 11 one's gone. We're looking at roughly around $18. Now, this is a crazy buyout because I believe this buyout is going to be going back down in value. Initially holding a $25 high price and $20 high price, the buyout is slowly going back down to a price point where it is currently right now, about $10. Now, I think this is still a good card. I think hero players are definitely looking to grab this card just in general because of one collection, maybe even meta play. But nevertheless, nobody's playing this high price point for this card. And the reason is very simple. Why would you buy the second best card when you can buy the ultimate rare? Even more importantly, there's other versions like a mosaic rare, regular rare, super rares versions of this card, which I'm not seeing anymore. Wait, one second. There was a super rare version of this card. Of Evil Hero Malicious Edge as well, and there's no real reason to go in and buy this. There it is. Evil Hero Malicious Edge from Glad You Saw. The original print of Super Rare is like $1 with shipping, of course. The Duelist Pack 6, Jade and YuGiOh 3, it's also roughly around $1. Like, there's no reason to buy a secret rare for an insanely high price point because everyone knows it's artificial. Like that's the difference between like a real buyout and an artificial buyout. When it's bought like this and you're like, I could just buy the super rare for $1. Like whoever bought this market did not clear everything else out of the near value. But looking for ultimate rare value, yeah, no, it's still gonna be insanely high in value. Moving forward, infinite permanence. So looking at infinite permanence, we have to ask ourselves a real question. Do you have yours, and is it gonna get reprinted? Now, looking at the fact that the past sets, Konami has reprinted almost everything, minus a couple of cards like Savage Strike cards, those cards, and infinite permanence. It's a good thing to note that it probably might not happen for a good amount of time. In fact, maybe until January, if not February, will we see an infinite permanence reprint. I'm hoping sooner. Realistically, I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, so looking at the price point of infinite permanence from original print Flames Instruction, holding a $61 market price, unlimited is roughly around $61 for infinite permanence. For unlimited, first version is going to run you roughly around $65 to $66 for secret rare original print infinite permanence. Okay. Dual Power Infinite Permanence, which when it came out was roughly around $30, is about $43 in the marketplace. Unlimited about $49. First versions are also almost near $50. After that one's gone, actually, it's about $52 for Dual Power Infinite Permanence. Now, some of you might go, well, wait a minute, V. There's value in Dual Power? Yes and no. Let me explain. You see, let's say you bought a lot of dual power. Let's say you're a card shop and you bought a lot of dual power. You cracked it open and got singles. Most card shops, most people, sensible people, would have instantly sold infinite permanence to recoup a bulk amount of the value they put into this set. Why? Well, to use that value to buy other things. So they would have gotten rid of all their infinite permanence. And that's why we're seeing it be so high in value. If everybody held their infinite permanence, which I would never recommend, but if they would have definitely in this case made a lot of money. Now, you gotta realize, as you hold infinite permanence, when dual power first came out, you didn't know, we all didn't know if it was gonna get another reprint. In fact, we still don't know. It could be tomorrow we'll know if it gets another reprint. Ultimate Rare and OTS 1 Pack 12, you said Konami? Thanks, Konami. Okay, we have no idea, okay? With that said, the value, since everybody sold their bulk amount of infinite permanence, even those who bought a ton of it, because hot potato of value, the value went up in value because we didn't get a reprint. Looking at the rest of dual power, I mean, it's clear. I mean, evenly matched up $1. It used to be 13, now it's almost near 14. Ash Blossom got that reprint, so it's about 7. Market price showing to be about 9, but the reprint is like what, $5.50? Alternate art, ultra rare. Looking at Erratic Seal having these spears, it's starting to go down in value because it's not seeing as much meta play. Cyber Dragon Nasher went down about $1. Obviously, the Orcus Cyber Dragons are seeing meta play. People are listing it, a lot of price listings. We have Ghost Ogre. It's just clear to say that dual power doesn't really have zero value because everybody went in at the same time and accumulatively ripped the set apart, threw what they want online, and kept what they wanted, and that was how the set was done. So looking at infinite permanence once again, it will probably maintain a high price point for a good amount of time. The second we get hit with a reprint, this value drops heavily, like really heavily. The secret value might drop as well, but depending on another reprint after that one, the secret can climb back up. So please keep that into consideration. If you're holding dual power, ultra rare, infinite permanence, are you gonna sell them and get the secret rares so hold more value? Or you just don't care, you just wanna hold what you hold, get rid of it for whatever, get the new version, let it be cheaper, and save money. It's all up to you guys. It's preference. Moving forward though, looking at Dragonic Diagram, I mean overall, you gotta buy the original print Dragonic diagrams, because look at the 2018 Mega 10 Mega Pack Dragonic diagrams. The market price is going to be about $7. There's one over here at $6, and then it quickly goes to $7 for the 2018 Mega 10. The Basil Legend Relentless Revenge is about $6 in the market price. We're seeing about $7.50 to $8. And the original print Maximum Crisis Dragonic diagram with a $7 market price, Light You Play is about $7. Oh, is it $8? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna buy the other versions or the original print Secret Rare, same rarity as the other printings, Dragonic diagram. And why would you buy it? Are you looking forward to playing 2 Dracos because now they're a little bit more cheaper? Are you looking forward to the new On-Chain Soul? 1, amazing name. 2, is it gonna be good? I don't know, but there's a 2 Draco variant running around, and if that was to be a tier 1 deck, well, you're definitely gonna need Dragonic diagrams. So it's up to you whether or not you want to go in and grab these, or you just want to wait. And to be honest with you, I don't know if there's any right answer. What I do know, if you're looking to buy Dragonic diagram, there's no reason to buy non-Maximum Crisis Dragonic diagram. In fact, anyone holding their other versions, sell them. It's the exact same value, and to buy original print Dragonic diagrams. It just makes more sense. You know what else is crazy? I mean, absolutely ludicrous, is Scapegoats from OTS Tournament Pack 8. And how the fact that we all know, it's one of the things that we all know, but we all go whatever, but realistically, we all know it's going to be insanely high in value. This card, mark my words, will easily one day, and that day is not so far away, will easily be over $100 a copy for Scapegoat Ultimate Rare from OTS Tournament Pack 8. Easily, no doubt in my mind. Current price point has this card roughly around $29. The price point is $26. 3-page listings. Is there any big walls of OTs, by the way? I mean, you got a 3 wall, you got 7 wall. That's a big, oh, that's a big wall you got there, guy. No, okay. And the bottom line, 80 is the highest price point. It's gonna go beyond that. This card will easily be over $100. Let me explain. Go players are worse than hero players as far as buying things that just really don't see realistic play. Except this sees play Go players in their own format. With that said, the cards to see play within their own format, GOAT, goes up really high in value because Go players buy it all up. They go in and like termites to wood, they eat at that and they absorb all the high value cards. You can't look no farther than a card named Metamorphosis, super rare. By the way, Konami, I don't know why Konami has not printed a non like an ultra rare secret Metamorphosis. You don't need to go as far as Champion Back 1 super rare Metamorphosis, $209 market price. No, it's about $300 for Metamorphosis. Because why? Gold format. Seriously, gold format. Going back to Scapegoats, it recently came out in OTS Swamp Pack 8, and I think we have to wait a little bit while before we move away from that. We will be getting OTS Swamp Pack 12 around December. So please keep that into consideration. December to January, most likely December, from OTS Swamp Pack 12. So please keep that into consideration. But looking at Scapegoat, looking at this card, there's many reasons why I'll go up in value. 1, it's really cheap in value right now. Nobody knows to really go in and buy this card because currently on our regular list, it's limited to 1. 2, as we move away from OTS Swamp Pack 8, the value will naturally increase up. Because gold players will slowly go in, and as time goes on, we might get more gold. We will be getting more gold players. Actually, we will be getting more gold players, and the value of OTS Swamp Pack 8 Scapegoats will go up in value. 3, high, it's Scapegoat format. This card will go up in value because the name of the format is called Gold format. This is the card for Gold format. So yes, Scapegoat OTS Swamp Pack 8 Ultimate Rare will go higher in value. I'm not even joking. You get as many of these as possible. Hoard them. Get as many as possible. This card should not be $26. It will easily hit over 100, and that's me lowballing it. Look at Metamorphosis. It's not called Metamorphosis format. This card's $300. Yeah, this card can easily hit that number. It's no doubt in my mind. Konami's not gonna reprint Scapegoats as an ultimate rare anytime in the future. Look at this card. This card will definitely go and hit a high number as we move away from gold format. We move away from OTS Swamp Pack 8, and as YuGiOh players, as YuGiOh progresses more and more, and gold format becomes more and more of a community as more new players come in and want to play YuGiOh, but not really YuGiOh, but YuGiOh though, they're gonna want to play Scapegoat format, and they're gonna want to get their hands on OTS Swamp Pack 8 Ultimate Rare Scapegoats. Seriously, nobody's looking at this card. This is the exact reason why many people watch my channel, to figure out why I go in on certain cards or why I have the mentality as I do on certain cards. This is one of those cards where I go, what are you doing right now? Do not come to me anywhere, it's regionals like people did yesterday or anywhere else, and go, what's card nobody knows about? The answer is Scapegoats OTS Tournament Pack 8 Ultimate Rare. It's in gold format. Gold format has a lot of high price cards. I know I'm driving this home really hard to you guys, and some of you guys already burnt out by this, but seriously, this card, super underestimated. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Go tell your fellow Paisanos at locals. Crackdown, Dark Neostorm, with a $3 market price, is a relatively high value card. In fact, that's not the real market price. The price was hitting almost near $4, as you can see over here, for Crackdown. Even Unlimited is about $4 for this card. This card is going to have other super rares and ultra rares for other previous sets, recently, by the way, like Red Reboot. Well, at one time there can only be one, stabilizing roughly around for a while at $5. I can easily see Crackdown hit that stabilization price point from Dark Neostorm. Once again, it's easily attainable. In fact, I said Crackdown Mystic Mine when this set first came out would be the cards to do it, and we'll talk about Mystic Mine in a second. But looking at Crackdown, for anyone that's playing control or mid-range, this is your card. This card's insane. If you're looking to play Marines, by the way, there's a deck list I just recently saw that ran 2 of these, and the cards absolutely blow out. It's amazing this card's actually still at 3. Yes, it's a trap card, but yes, it's also a change of heart card. You can't attack with it, but you just take your opponent's monster, the card. We just limited a card that takes your opponent's monster. You might know it. Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor. Yeah, that thing. We limited that one. Crackdown's at 3. It's currently $5. It's gonna go higher in the market. Mystic Mime is cancer. I hate this card, but I will say it's a phenomenal card, and it's one of those things. Once again, like every other deck in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, especially decks like my praying kids, you have to respect this deck or you will lose to this deck. And for this instance, you have to respect this card or you will lose to this card. Look at that Mystic Mine from Dark Neostorm with a $3 market price. The price point's hitting almost near $4 as well. See over here quickly, boom, $4. Mystic Mime is definitely going to be one of those cards that's going to be beyond $5, if not at least $5 moving forward in the future. And if you don't have your copy already, I highly recommend you go in and grab your place at both Mystic Mime and Crackdown. Anyway, Paisano, it's your boy V. I really appreciate you guys watching my video. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the like button. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about any of these cards. And let me know what you're looking to play in the meta. Let's have that conversation, Paisanos. It's your boy V. And you Paisanos have a great day.